Good morning, Steel Nation. Welcome back to Steelers Nation Australia. We're about 3 hours away from game day, Steelers versus Giants. Monday Night Football. I'm getting keen. I'm getting excited. I do want to share, though, some updates with our roster. And there's been a big move at the receiver position. So I'm going to share this straight from the Steelers website. And this player hasn't played he's played like 3 or 4 or 5 snaps. That's about it. But most of all, he hasn't been really part of the offense. And that is Roman Wilson. So I'm going to read it here from the Steelers website in 1 second. So it says here, running back Jonathan Ward was signed to the active roster from the practice squad. So it looks like maybe Steelers might be using Ward, Najee Harris, Joel Moran for a 3-back set. That could be a possibility, because Cordarrelle Patterson is out. And also receiver Brennan Johnson was elevated to the inactive roster from the squad. And in the big news, receiver Roman Wilson was placed on injured reserve, and running back Aaron Shamklin was released from the 53. So that's it's interesting. I know a lot of people do want to have that receiver too. They want to have that trade. We're only a few days away from the trade deadline. But now they've finally put Roman Wilson on IR. Will he be back for the season? I don't know. That's all I really know from that point. It could be a four-week thing. It could be go into the bye. It's this week the bye. A few weeks after. Maybe they get him for the rest of the season. Right now, they're just running with Pickens, Austin, Van Jefferson, Scotty Miller. They're getting the ball to Darnell, to Freiermuth, and those guys. And pretty much whoever can be the third or fourth receiver is stepping up. So Robin Wilson hasn't played really all season. He's played like 4 or 5 snaps. So yeah, that's pretty interesting from that standpoint, from a roster move. Right, so we had Jonathan Ward stepping up because Cordarrelle Patterson is out. Brennan Johnson will be activated to the roster. But what receivers will we see on game day in 3 hours' time? Obviously, Pickens, Van Jefferson, Scotty Miller, and Calvin Austin. So the top 3 so far have been Pickens, Van Jefferson, and Calvin Austin. Scotty Miller's been playing teams, and I guess that Brennan Johnson will play teams as well if he gets activated to the actual 46 on game day. So anyway, Steel Nation, that's just pretty much a quick update. I do want to give a big shout out though too as well. And I was going to do this last night, but I ran out of time. So I'll do it right now. A huge shout out to Cameron Hayward. So all-pro defensive tackle Cameron Hayward will play in his 202nd game with the Pittsburgh Steelers Monday night. That's most by any defensive player in franchise history. So Cameron Hayward is breaking records today. Not only do we want to win to go 6-2 into the bye, we want to win this game for Cameron Hayward because he's breaking history, franchise history, all over. He's the leading defensive player for the most games in Steelers history over it's almost near 100 years of history. And it says here, this is from Steelers now, the other 5 players in franchise history have reached 200, Mel Blount, Donnie Shell, Hines Ward, Mike Webster, and Big Ben with 249. Could Cameron Hayward go to 249? He'd have to probably sign another contract because that's like 17 games. He doesn't sign, maybe not. Maybe Big Ben is the most, the longest Steeler to play the game ever. And you know what? It's kind of a shame he didn't get 250. Would have been nice to have 250 games on his resume. But Hayward, my camera went out. But Hayward is achieving 202, and he's heading into his, I think, like 14th, 15th season. He signed a 2-year contract. Sorry, my camera just went out. Signed a 2-year contract. So, yeah, it's quite exciting for him to be the leading defensive player in all of Pittsburgh Steelers history. He's got 83 sacks, over 600 tackles. He's got 2 interceptions. He has 7 forced fumbles. He has, I think, 8 fumble recoveries. He has, I think, 45-something pass deflections. He has a lot of stuff going on. So anyway, Steel Nation, I'm getting ready for the day. 2 hours away from the game. And yeah, Roman Wilson is out on IR. It's a big day for Cameron Hayward. Let's get fired up, pumped up, and cheer our team on to go 6-2 for our Steelers.